tied to a sinking ship, barely keeping it above the water. I'm clinging on to hope, but my fingers start to slip. I watch the lambs being brought to the slaughter. I think it's time to start to ask the questions. The story we've been told makes no sense. We're heading down the highway, wrong direction.
Okay, we're in a beautiful, beautiful town called Cluny. And we're here to pick up some more furniture. If we can get in contact with the people. So, we had a small problem. The drawers are in the car, but the axle unit didn't fit in our back of our car, which is kind of I'm pretty surprised. It was 115 centimeters wide, and apparently this beast, no matter how much it's been carrying stuff, doesn't fit that in. So we're in Blanny, and it's gonna be a trailer job. It should fit this trailer, no problem. So we have to go back to Cluny after here, but we're gonna have lunch here quickly with Natalie's parents and sister and brother-in-law, which is nice, you know. So we did finally get the piece of furniture in here. It's in the garage. I'll show it to you tomorrow. It's a big beast, so a lot more sanding for me, but it's looking good. And like, once again, you know, proper wood, you know, they just don't make them like that anymore these days. But yeah, Natalie's dad came to the rescue once again. He brought the trailer, picked it up and brought it over here. Now it's done, so we're happy with it. And now I'm back on the barbecue duty for tonight's dinner, and watching the last of the evening sun out here. It ain't too bad. Good morning. It is Monday. It's been an interesting weekend globally, I suppose, with the American tariffs coming into effect and all that, and watching the markets crash. But right now, I'm just worried about the garden. So let's get back on it.
Looking at the world through a different lens. Holding on to noble lies. I think a shepherd will keep the wolves at bay. You pick the left or the right.
So you can see it's quite tedious. It's just the beginning of the garden. It does take time. So, and the thing here in France, which especially in Burgundy, which a lot of people I know in other parts of the world don't know about it, is that it does get pretty damn hot here. And even that it's only early April, I know that after 12 o'clock it's going to be really tough to do that, what I'm doing now. So I'm going to work here until lunchtime, and then after that I'm going to go into the garage and I'm going to start sanding the new piece of furniture we got during the weekend yesterday. So I'm going to divide the jobs depending on the weather. But yeah, I want to get this garden going.
Or the right, when it's not even your fight. It's the never-ending feet that guides the way. I think it's time
Okay, this morning's progress. I set up a couple of stones here in place already. Then I just put stones in place, like ready to be set up, but I have to dig a hole for them and put them in there. Same here. Continue on the other side. There's going to be a entrance to the garden right there. But yeah, I haven't been carrying stones in a while, so that's keeps you fit, huh? But you can get a kind of idea. So basically all this inside of it here is gonna be a garden. Whew. I got my work cut out. Now, lunchtime. And if the weather is good, barbecue. Okay, changing a gear. As I've been out all morning. I'm gonna start work on this baby. It has some beautiful wood, once again, and it's gonna make something cool with it. Okay, more sanding. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. We are continuing with the garden. So I'm digging a little bit of kind of gap for them, stones to cut fit into. Just to build a barrier. Kind of knowing where the garden starts and finishes and to keep the soil inside of it. And then we're gonna continue when, well, I go as far as I can here. The plan is to, on this side, to bring this all the way almost to the compost, but not quite. And then there's an entrance here for the compost area, so I can access the compost area both from the garden, comfortably from the garden, and comfortably from outside the garden. I think we're gonna put wood chips. If I get my hands on some wood chips, but I'm pretty sure I will. And once again, I have Chanel helping me with the digging. She ain't a bad worker.
I think it's time to start to ask the questions. The story we've been told makes no sense. We're heading down the highway, wrong direction.
It's a tough life, huh? Tough life. Nearly lunchtime. Again, I'm on a barbecue duty. Today we're having burgers. Nice bit of progress. Okay, it's not the ideal place to try to show it to you guys, but I just finished sanding all of the drawers. I yesterday did the unit, so that's done. So now it's ready for paint. I think we're gonna do whitewash. The thing is, like, it's not like a fancy exotic wood, you know what I mean? It has a veneer on top of it, so it's not like we're destroying some fancy exotic wood by putting a whitewash on it. But yep, just make it a little bit lighter because these are very dark, and we don't want our house to be too dark. Now, on another note, I continue with the garden, I think I got the first bed in some sort of shape. So what do I think? Basically, I finished the stone edges on here. Probably tomorrow I'll continue the other side. So what's happened here is I then put a cardboard underneath because we had well, this has been growing wild now, but even before that I knew that there was a lot of weeds here and a lot of there's you see here underneath this corner here, this is mint pushing out, which I'm gonna dig out. I'm gonna put it into a pot because mint, believe it or not, is a weed. It just goes absolutely wild. So it has to be contained in pots. So I put a cardboard underneath this. Then I put some wood, pieces of old hedge that we had there underneath it, and then the wood chips that we have been here maturing for the past 7 months. So composting there. Put it down here. So that's the basis of it, like just organic matter. And the cardboard underneath it, I took all the tape off. There's no ink or anything in it. So it's gonna degrade in the next, I don't know, few months, up to 6 months. It's just gonna be completely like mush and eventually turn into dirt. But for now, it will kill anything that is growing underneath it, weeds or grass or anything like that. And so I'm still going to put a layer of kind of planting soil or planting mix on top of it. So give it like a really, really nice start to the whatever we're going to be planting here. So this is the first bed. This is 1 meter wide. I'm going to do gaps between the beds, which you can see that the 2 sticks here and here, which is 70 centimeters, which is just enough to get the wheelbarrow in there. And so I'm going to do kind of pathways along. It's going to be a lot of beds, and they're going to be kind of continuous beds. I'm not doing raised beds this time because I have more land, so I can do more. And I'm gonna want to be working on this soil, make it as good as possible over the years. So, yeah. But this is an exciting start. It just gives you an idea of what might be coming, because as I said, pretty much all of this here is gonna be different shapes of beds and types of beds and little pathways in between. So I'm very happy with this beginning of it. Now let's just hope that you have enough material. But so far, I've been managing to get all the material from what's been lying around here. But yeah, we have to get a few things. We have to get a fresh wood chips for the pathways. What I do is I put a fresh wood chips in the pathways, and then next year, before the gardening season starts, you just brush them straight into the beds, and that'll be your next year's wood chip like this. And then I just put on fresh wood chips again on the pathway, so it'll be kind of ongoing thing. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. It's looking good. Good morning. Okay, we continue with the garden today. I took out some more cardboard, and I'm gonna go as far as I can with the cardboard that I have around, and then before we actually end up buying any. So we'll see how far we get. I'm gonna continue with the second bed today. So here's the progress report. The day hasn't exactly gone the way I planned, but it's all good because I realized that to get the end of the bed here, I needed to move a big pile of soil from here, dirt, which is now here, where I need to put it anyway. So that took a little bit longer than I thought, but it's getting there, and we're nearly enough of a compost on it as well. I'll get that finished today. Okay, work in progress. Celebrate the small wins. Still a lot more to go. I mean, this is just the first corner of it, really. But I'm delighted that I got it done. Also, it gives you an idea, like, all the middle parts are hopefully going to be filled with wood chip. So they've got a nice pathways in between the garden. Easy enough to work. Should reach all the beds from all the sides, so yeah. It's the beginning. The cows are back. This field here is an agricultural field. Here's where the cows are here. But the beauty of it is that it's been an agricultural field. It's pretty damn sure no one's ever going to build on it. Because it's home for these guys. It's also a hunting ground for this girl. So this got two L-shape things here. I'm thinking I'm going to be repeated on the other side, the other way around. And then one here. And then I'm going to do something in the middle here. I don't know yet. It's going to be like a middle spot. I don't know if I do like one square bed there or one circular bed there. We also have the brasero. I could put that in there, but I kind of feel like garden should be just for growing stuff. But we'll see. It could be good to have a good vibes happening in the garden as well. It'd be good for the plants. And then I'm gonna do more beds here at the back as well. I still figure out how I'm gonna do them. I might do. We'll see. I want to get a few nice walkways around the garden. So yeah, so the garden. I should start from here, and it's gonna continue at least here, but I'm also thinking I might actually extend it a little bit here, and then it's a tiny bit towards the house. Just have a few extra bits. I mean, the thing is that now's the time to kind of do it, because afterwards it's going to be like drag the time to extend it later on. I think I've put the work in right now. I have a big enough garden, and then if I don't use some of the beds later on, it's easier to kind of get rid of the beds than start doing the full scratch later on, looking for all the materials, because I don't have this stuff here. So yeah, this is exciting.
I think it's time to start to ask the questions. The story we've been told makes no sense. We're heading down the highway, wrong direction. Not the world.
Okay, so as you know, this one was done the past few days. I'm working on this side. Set up the stones here. I'm probably going to continue further down and then this way, but the slates for the roof of the terrace, which is going to be here, are still on the way, so I'm going to wait. I think I'm not going to touch that part this year as a gardening wise. I think I'm going to do this part here, and then we'll see. Once the slates are away, I can continue with the stones, make them look nice, and then I can start working on that. But it won't be a spring job anyway. And then this area here, I have another plan for it forming in my head, so I need a little bit more time to see what I want to do with it. But I have an idea, so we'll see. We shall see. Just got a good viewpoint to give you an idea of the extent of this garden was going to be. I'm thinking this is kind of the area we're going to be stopping around about here. I'm going to do some beds here. Maybe potatoes up here. We'll see. This is a little bit higher, and I'm going to keep it kind of a little bit elevated. I'm going to put more dirt here, maybe put stones around it as well. And there's the lower garden, which is a little bit lower. It'll have a lot more water in it, or moisture. But yeah, this is wet enough area anyway, so this will be fine as well. And we have a well, so I'm not going to run out of water. I know what I'm about to say. It's going to sound like a spiritual crap to some people, but that's just the way it is. But also people who do gardening a lot will fully understand what I mean. But like, the more I spend time here in this garden, and I've only got it started on like last week and early this week, the more the garden is talking to me. I know, it sounds bizarre, but that's just the way it is. You kind of walk around the place and you look at it and you start seeing things. You start understanding the soil, you start understanding where the land lays and how it would work the best. So my plan is kind of changing. Adjusting would be better. It's not changing, it's just adjusting a bit. And the more I look at the soil and more I'm kind of like, there's all these very fancy ways of doing the soil. And like basically soil is just a mixture of a little bit of organic matter, clay and sand. And then, you add into it, basically that's soil there. You add into it something organic, which is here is my compost pile, which is the last year's wood chips, which add a lot of organic stuff into it. It also has a lot of air into it, so the plants have more air. Oh, cows are coming. Cows are coming to say hello. So yeah, the more and more I'm doing it here, I'm kind of like, I have some concerns about the weeds that we're growing here, especially mint, which there's a lot of it, to keep it at bay. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I was going to let the soil and the compost do their job as well in certain parts of the garden and see how it goes. No, gotta go talk to the cows. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. You okay? You okay? Number 2, are you? You coming to say hello, are you? Good morning from the bottom of the Kusri. I think we have a stare-off going on here. Another calf in the distance there, the white one. And they are just looking at each other. Ooh, there's a movement here. Is it on your yard? Is it on your yard? It's coming closer. So I can't remember if I shared this with you guys or not, but like in the garden, I like to put some sticks and, like, you know, if I have some rotten logs or something like that, put like a lot of organic matter like this below the actual compost level. And first I was thinking we have to find it somewhere, but then I started going through the hedge that we cut last year, and there's just so much dead stuff here, and like I really am not going to need anything. Like, I'm just going to have to go through this. It's tedious. I have to go and find the dead branches and pull them out and snap them and collect them, but it's good for the hedge, it's good for the garden, and you know, keeps me busy. Someone else is very busy here, aren't you? And that's what the sticks look like on the bed. I know it doesn't look like much, but they will soak up water, a lot of water, and they will be kind of retaining the water when there's drier times. And trust me, in Burgundy there will be drier times. And they also give a little more air to the soil. Guess what's coming with us today? So I have a small problem. The wheels lock when Kevin tried to reverse. So Kevin and Jean-Pierre are trying to get into the root of it to figure out can we fix it. Can't really move until we get that done.
Tied to a sinking ship, barely keeping it above the water. I'm clinging on to hope, but my fingers start.
And here it is. Let's figure out where we're gonna put it. Okay, we're officially here. The caravan has arrived. This is not going to be the final position of it. It'll be somewhere in this region. See the white stick here, going then all the way to other white stick down there. That's our boundary line. So we can basically put it, we could put it this way, and it'd probably take the least amount of space, I think. But we'll see also, because people are going to clean the back of that, and it might be ideal to put it somewhere here. We shall see. I mean, there's still room here to play with, so. But yeah, Caravan is here. Hallelujah. I didn't expect that to happen today. We were just supposed to go to Blenny and move a couple of bricks out of it and get it ready to move on Sunday, but here it is. That's a big stress out of the way. A little bit of fixing to do. But nothing I wouldn't be able to deal with. She's here. Okay, the progress in the garden wasn't as much as I wanted it to be today, but that's purely just due to the fact that we actually got an opportunity to bring the caravan here, which is, that's a big win for us. So, it's here, in one piece. So tomorrow I shall continue with the garden. Is that okay with you, Chanel? Good afternoon. It is Saturday. Once again, I got a little bit of the garden done, but like mainly I had to wait. We went to Le Caravan this morning because there's a couple of pressing issues. The bin situation. We have buckets with bins in there, and we wanted to get a under the counter kind of unit, which I can actually show you guys. because I installed it already. It was easy enough to do because it only had 4 screws really to put in. So this is our bin system, and I think it's pretty neat. So we have one for the normal bin rubbish and then one for the recycling. And then I have the compost one here, and that probably will stay somewhere else, but that's neat enough. I really like it. Then the another pressing issue is that as spring gets further along, there's flies, mosquitoes. There's probably going to be a lot more mosquitoes here than there was in Blanny because there's a little bit more water and the water level is lower here. We're also closer to the river. So I'm installing mosquito net. At the moment I'm doing the front or the terrace door, which is yeah, I've never done this before, but they said it's easy enough to do, so I'm just following instructions and hope for the best once again. So yeah, that's my Saturday afternoon. Okay, so been fighting with the mosquito net, which is the second handle here. It's kind of there, but there's a few little bits that need to be adjusted, and then I need to find a particular drill bit to get down here to the concrete. My drill bit didn't really do the job, so that's gonna be that, but that's tomorrow's job because it started raining, and which is great for the garden, but it's not great for the progress in the garden for me right now because I need to move a lot of dirt, which is going to be heavier tomorrow, but you know, that's just the way it goes. Anyway, I think that's a good time to finish this week's vlog. So it's been a lot of work in the garden, and we will continue next week, and we've also have to fix the caravan. We also have an IKEA order now in, which is going to be more stuff to do. I've got more mosquito nets to put up, so a lot of stuff coming up. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we shall see you in the next one.